right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. I was unprepared.
I'm sorry Coury couldn't be here this week, so instead, from the back loggery, it's Drumble.
Hello. I don't know. Like that's not what he says at all.
No,
I don't know.
But he does have that real deep voice.
Yes.
That was as decent a facsimile as could be anticipated. The story here is, Coury's going on vacation in just a couple days, and is trying to finish the Xbox 360 episode tonight.
The Xbox 360 Marketplace tribute.
Yes. I just finished watching most of it. It's excellent. I think y'all are in for a treat. So I was coming up with ideas of, what I could do tonight without Coury here and who I could invite. And on the back loggery stream last Monday, we played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Radical Rescue, which is, I feel, a game, like, people don't talk about it a lot, but whenever you, like, people, like, see it or hear about it, they're like, oh, it's a Turtles Metroidvania on Game Boy Advance. Like, or not Game Boy Advance, original Game Boy. That's really cool, right? But, like, no one really talks about it. And I know this because I've never heard anyone talk about how the boss rush at the end of the game is, like, basically impossible. So, I mean, we get to the end of the game and probably...
Sounds so fun.
We get to the end of the game in probably 3-ish hours. It's solid. It has password system. And the boss rush is insane. So you can keep a pizza in your items, one pizza at a time in your items, which is a fairy, a full health fairy.
Just one pizza.
One pizza is a full health fairy.
Okay.
You die, you automatically get full health back. But you have to face every boss, which there's 4 bosses, plus at least 2 forms of Shredder. I'm afraid there might be more. I'm not positive. But anyway, we spent the rest of the stream there. Actually, I think by rest of the stream, I think we went like overtime to like midnight-ish. And then Drum tells me he did a 3-hour bonus stream. Still didn't finish it. And he
wasn't able to do it? Or?
And then 2 more hours off stream and finally did it. Now, I haven't gone over it like I should have, but one of our backloggery stream viewers, Eric, actually there was only one game fact for this game, period, before last week. Well, Eric has submitted a boss fact to Game Facts. And let me tell you, it's not one of them newfangled HTML facts either. It's the good stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like a Game Facts fact should be. Oh, is Eric R here? The Eric, who submitted that fact. I should have read it beforehand.
With the 3 smiley faces.
Anyway, turns out Drumble is still living in like 2019 or 2020 or whenever the heck we decided to change our stream from 9 p.m. to 8
Remember
p.m.
when we changed it to 8 because we thought like, oh, we'll get done earlier?
Well, I feel like we do though, generally.
Yeah, well, I mean, did we... when I was going back through those old streams, I was like, we were pretty consistently streaming for about 2 hours.
Yeah, but we eventually got to the point where we just couldn't do less than 3, and we were regularly going to midnight. Some cases, like I want to say with like some like Super Mario Brothers Famicom Disk System or Super Mario Brothers 2 FDS and like maybe a Valis game. We were going to like 1 a.m. or something crazy.
Yeah.
And we were just like, look, we can't stop ourselves from playing 3 hours each night. So we should start at 8 so that we like stand a chance of going off at 11. And I feel like most streams were off by 11:30, which isn't bad. But like going all the way to midnight and then potentially longer it seemed like the wrong idea, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah. But apparently Drum missed the memo and thought we still started at 9. So he's not going to be able to make it until closer to 9. So you're just going to be you're capturing the last bits of G-roll that you need for the Xbox 360 tribute.
Yeah. So just to kind of clear it up, like there is like so many games in this thing, and I'm the only person in it. It's
all you.
It's got to be like over 100 games.
Well, and what's cool
it's got to be close, like more than that even.
I mean, you owned a 360 for most of the generation.
Yeah, since
and I didn't own one until the Xbox One was already out. So like what's on my Xbox 360 hard drive is just not as interesting and doesn't cover like the full breadth of its history like yours does.
And for me, it was my first digital download store. So I was obviously like, oh, this is really cool. I'm just going to get this stuff. And I talk about in there that every Xbox Live Arcade game had a demo, which I think is incredible.
I forgot about that.
In retrospect.
Did that stop becoming true at some point? Like,
no, it's just that there was just like really no Xbox Live Arcade entity anymore. So it was just like downloadable games, and there was Kaylee Gamer. Like I want to get Bullet Witch. I've looked at it several times on there, and it's like, why is it got to be $20?
I thought
if it was $10, I would be like, I would already have it.
I thought, isn't there a physical Bullet Witch?
There is, but I think that it might be getting expensive.
Oh, I thought you had it, but for maybe some reason.
No, but maybe I should look into it. Maybe it's not. But so I cover like a lot of stuff, but then this last section, if I had more time, I would like go through and do blurbs for every single game that's on my hard drive. But then I realized like I got to just take these games that I got, games with gold, and just like montage them in the end, because there's just too many of them and too many that I haven't played that
they weren't like intentional purchases anyway.
Exactly. And there's 227 Xbox 360s games released on Games with Gold. And what I think is cool is that you get to keep them even after your subscription lapses. So that stuff is mine, but I'm certainly I can't like talk about it.
What if it turns out that the not like after the store goes down, like the non backwards compatible ones like just disappear or stop being playable, like they can't phone home or whatever, right?
I don't know. I'm mostly worried about like patches. Like I wonder if patches are going to go away, because like the 360 didn't download patches. It like downloads them and stores them in the cache, and they can only keep like up to under 10, the 10 most recent patches.
Really? For like,
yes.
So you can have patches for 10 games and that's it?
Mm-hmm.
No kidding. I had no clue. That's
this stuff is just there's certain games where I think that it does download it. Because I have a couple of games like full games. Sometimes have them I bought Thief, like the Thief reboot on 360 because it was $2.75, and it downloaded a separate patch for that. Wow. But like the live arcade games don't.
Well, I need to definitely check that with.
Dude, here's what I think, and here's like, you should definitely go through and look through the store before.
Well, your video is going to give me some ideas for sure.
Yeah, But you should just go through and see what is like a couple of bucks. The thing that I kind of got into that I had slept on, and a lot of other people probably slept on, is this game called Dust Force from Capcom.
Oh,
It's kind of like a Super Meat Boy type runner, where it's like, I mean, it's not like I don't know, it's like an obstacle course type thing. Like, what's the one game that's like that? Like the starts with an S or with a C. I don't know.
Celeste.
Celeste, that's it. Yeah, I was thinking Celis. I was like, why would it be called that? But Dust Force is like that, and the music in Dust Force is by the same person who did the soundtrack for Tunic, which is great.
That name sounds a little familiar, but
yeah, it's 99 cents.
Wow.
And it's a really.
I mean, do you say
really
that in the
game.
conclusion? Like a lot of games,
can
like
run
a
on the
ton of
ceiling.
games are on sale right now.
Yeah, a lot of Capcom stuff, like all the Capcom stuff that is not backwards compatible, is like a couple of bucks. Like,
That's crazy.
like if you just wanted to have like the 360 version of like every Resident Evil game that came out for it, just to have, they're they're $2 each.
Wow. That includes like Remake HD.
Well, no, I mean remake. Well, it has like it has RE1. Yeah,
For like $2.
it's $1.99.
Is that backwards
Resident Evil
compatible?
1 or the remake of Resident Evil, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 4 HD, 5, 6, and
wild.
Revelations 1 are $1.99.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, well, Code Veronica is still full price because that's backwards compatible.
That's crazy. Wow.
You should get the Strider reboot if you don't have that on anything else. That's
I don't have it on
$1.50.
Interesting.
I see Henry Clark posted a spreadsheet.
That's cool.
I'll tell you what I'm sorry to just keep on going here, but the biggest disappointment that I had is that Bangai-O HD or Missile Fury HD was delisted in 2021, just like kind of out of nowhere, and I never bought it. And I still had the demo for it, and it's like, and it's awesome. Disappointing.
Anyway, I guess I should probably get to playing here soon. But first, there was since I did post the stream a good several hours ahead of time, there was a 4 hours ago, way before the stream started, from Tilbtoast super chat. Thank you. Saying, "Holy Christmas crackers, this is posted early." Anyway, I just turned 39 on Tuesday. I'm turning 40 next month. Saying, what's your favorite game that you got on your birthday at any age? You know, I think the most recent game I got on my birthday was Paper Mario: The Origami King, which I thought was excellent. Probably the most disappointing game I got on my birthday was Mario is Missing in 1994. That would have been my 10th birthday. My 10th birthday, Mario is Missing. I was suckered in. I saw it in Kmart, and I'm like, dude, there. Like, you know, I felt I didn't have a Super Nintendo yet, and I felt really, kind of left behind. You just having an NES and Game Boy, and I see what looks like, on the cover, a new Mario platformer for NES starring the better Mario brother. I'm like, I want that. It was not what I expected. But I think I got my Game Boy for my birthday, whatever year that was. So that would have been Tetris and Super Mario Land. That's pretty good.
And I can interject that, of course, I got Phantasy Star on my birthday. Shinobi was Christmas Eve. I mean, it's easy to make that that connection since it's so close. But other than Phantasy Star, I want to say that I got Out of This World on my birthday one year. I went to the Toys R Us in Erie, Pennsylvania, and spent some money on an Out of This World or Another World.
You know, I feel like birthdays for me have like been more about getting other things, not video games so much. Typically, like Christmas, you usually get video games. Birthdays, never has really been like a big like video game event for me. You know what? The Super Nintendo was released on my birthday, but I didn't get one until '94. You know what is actually probably the best game that I got on my birthday, though I paid for it myself.
What's that?
I'm pretty sure I'm almost positive it was on my birthday. Me and Drum and Lynn went around to the local game stores. The first time we ever like really explored like local game stores, like MagFest, like kind of put that excitement back in me, like looking at like, you know, old games like in person, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't even realize there were like local game stores. And so we like looked that up, and I'm almost positive it was on my birthday one year. And we like went to the Grid, we went to Save Point. And I remember getting Rocket Knight Adventures at the Grid for, I don't know, it was like between 20 and $30 complete, of course, because, you know, it wasn't too expensive yet. So that's probably the best game I got on my birthday, although, you know, it wasn't a gift. And then there was also a notification that Nana Cheesecake has been a member for 20 months in a row. Thank you. Closing in on that 2 years, saying, time to drumble up those toidles. Time to drumble up those toidles.
You know, I talk about the '89 Ninja Turtles game in this video that's been delisted and everything, and it still kind of amazes me that it has like all the voices and music and everything in it, because that stuff was not in the Konami games when it was a hidden bonus.
So at this point, the password is very easy to remember. It's 1 followed, starts with a 1, ends in a 2, nothing but H's in the middle.
Oh.
The passwords have been very simplistic for the most part. So you can see here's the whole map. The only points of interest are what is immediately in front of me. There's little dots that were usually bosses or places where you had to rescue the other turtles. So you can see here I've got all the toidles.
I am only named Drumble right now because Drumble's going to jump in at 9 o'clock.
Right. Because you really don't have time to be here.
Yeah, well, right now I'm just capturing some stuff.
You're recording some Xbox 360 gameplay while you're here.
Yeah,
so,
I wonder if I could...
unfortunately, have to get that pizza every time because I'm stupid. So each turtle has like a little different power. Raph, as you can see, can do this. He's shielded by most projectiles and can crawl under stuff, of course. Donatello can't do it in here. He can climb on walls. Leonardo he can drill through breakable spots on the floor. And Mike can't do it in here, but he can use his nunchucks to propel him.
See, I'm like sending the what I'm capturing.
Oh, Hardcore Uprising. Oh man. One of the relatively few Xbox 360 download games I own. Just mostly because it's backwards compatible.
Yeah.
I already owned it on PS3, but what a game, man. What a game.
What a game. I don't have any of the extra characters in this version now. Not that it really matters because that was I have it all on PS3 anyways.
So anyway, the turtles don't matter a lot for the bosses because their abilities are really more exploration based. So this first boss, I mean, they're all pretty. They're what's weird is like they're all like quite well designed, and they've got like a lot of tells, but it's kind of hard to keep the tells all like fresh on your mind. So like he jumps back twice and then he dashes across the room. But sometimes it can be pretty. The reason I'm doing jump kicks is because when you do your ground attack, you're kind of frozen for a moment.
It just, that loading screen just like took so long. And then it's like ready. Yeah, I've been ready for over a minute now. There's $2 for Mitch B.
I'm sorry.
There's $2 for Mitch B. Thank you, saying I just got a PSVR 2 wild that so many games are not backwards compatible. And yes, that is wild. I can't believe that they decided to take that approach.
I mean, I think the reason is because it does the inside-out tracking, which is clearly much better. And
yeah, but I mean, I feel like they could have worked something out, right?
I think they could have worked something out if they really wanted to, you know. But also, you gotta keep in mind too, like to track like a DualShock 4 to play like Astrobot.
Right.
You would have to have a camera, and you know the PS5 controller doesn't have the light bar, so you know it'd be tracked completely differently. I think it would have been quite a challenge, and it kind of feels like Sony just put the thing out there, you know, without a lot of support behind it, sadly, and it just, they must have determined that they didn't want to put in the extra R&D for backwards compatibility. It's really sad, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if they're regretting it now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing could have been a good success if they I don't know, it just feels like they just didn't put the backing on it that they really needed to. It's a real shame. Anyway, I was going to say, one of the other things that makes bosses in this real tough is they're well, and this applies to regular enemies that take multiple hits as well. The invincibility frames last kind of an unusually long time. And sometimes I swear it feels variable. Anyway, you do get a full recovery after each boss, which is nice, but getting through them without using your pizza it's tough. It's tough.
Zodiac Hardcore Uprising is backwards compatible. The video is not just about only things that are not backwards compatible. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. And one thing that I did learn, and this is something that I did not specify in the video, and I probably should have, I guess. Not that it will even matter after a certain point. On the 360 where it says the game is playable on Xbox One, that is accurate, but they stopped doing that. Like, they stopped. There's games that are backwards compatible that don't say it on there. And I think that I thought it was like checking in with a server and getting that information, but it does not seem to be. So there's games that, if you go through your game library on a 360 and certain things say not compatible, like they don't have the plus Xbox One on there, they might still work.
Oh man, I used my pizza and then didn't get hit. Still though, that's not bad. That's not bad for coming back after almost a week. I brought my analog pocket with me even when I went to do some freelance work on Tuesday, but didn't have time to play. I was like, oh, maybe I'll get back into it, but no, it's been since last Monday.
Are you playing this on the Mister?
I am playing it on the Mister using my custom palette, the same palette that I used for the DMG graphics in the recent Game Boy video.
Yeah.
And I forgot that I prefer Dawn for this one.
I hope that people end up liking this. I don't know when it's.
Oh, I think it's going to be a pretty popular video. I think people are going to think it's pretty neat.
It just has a lot of stuff in it.
So I have to get this pizza every time. And there's no checkpoints at like the bosses or anything.
But the video will be out at a point where I don't even know where it's gonna be out, or when it's gonna be out. You can pretty much just release it whenever you feel like it.
Right. So the main thing is the main thing is that we got the sponsorship spot, and I don't have the information I need to create that yet. So
look at the frame rate on this cutscene in Lost Planet 3.
Oh, Lost Planet 3. I was wondering what this was because it's like pretty high fidelity looking game. I mean, no one cared about frame rate in this generation.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's kind of shocking. Like,
yeah,
like Castlevania: Lords of Shadow 1. Like sometimes when it gets where, right before like a QTE or something like that, it gets like real low, and I was like, holy cow, I can't believe that. This was like even acceptable. But the thing is that I thought that the frame rate in 2 was pretty good.
I mean, I played that on Xbox Series X, so
okay, but even still, like I
have no idea. I have no idea what it was like on a 360.
I'll tell you one thing. I got it for $2. Just even though I have it on the PS4, like I just got it because it was a good thing to. You never know when it might be useful. Is DMC Devil May Cry, and I kind of want to play it after like just playing it for a few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, what I've tried seems good.
I mean, it's stupid.
Of course, I mean, let's be honest. Devil May Cry is kind of stupid.
but DMC is like real stupid.
But that's okay.
Because it feels pretty fun to play, but I just had this feeling that Dante is going to be so annoying and unlikable in it.
Oh yeah, but you know that's where it's going, so you're prepared.
I think the worst thing about playing some of these games and in capturing them for this video is that like the tutorial in every single game is like overbearing after a point. It just feels like every game has the same tutorial. Like use this button to aim.
Yeah. Well, and you were talking about the load times in Contra there. I mean, this was the worst generation for load times. I mean, it was so bad.
Right.
I'm doing pretty okay here.
I'll tell you, I don't know if I talked about it last week, but I feel like the thing I was most taken by, like revisiting, is Fez. And here's what I didn't know is that I didn't know that it got a quiet release on the Switch like back in 2021. So if anybody feels like playing Fez like on a modern console, you can get it on the Switch digitally. It's just you know, because of that though, you know, because of getting into that, I was like, man, I kind of want to really rewatch Indie Game the movie. And I had some Amazon digital credit for like saying that the like don't ship myself to stuff like right away, and that's that you can earn like digital credit. So I was like, oh, I can get it for like $2. So I did, but I haven't watched it. Yeah, well, it's kind of it's interesting because you look back on like Phil Fish's meltdown and stuff, and it's like not even that bad, like by today's standards. Like people like do way worse things and say way worse things, and they're just kind of like over it. You know what I mean? Like people are like, let it ride, you know? And you know, like this whole thing was, and it's worded this way, like in Indie Game the movie. It's where it's like Japanese games in 2012. Like he was like, oh, he said they suck, and I can understand like where he was.
It was a bad time for Japanese games
because they were just trying to. I mean, at Capcom especially, like they were just trying to. I mean,
they were trying to be a Western developer. Yeah.
And I could understand why, like, he was probably frustrated about that. You know? And it makes you wonder if there's any Japanese developers that were like, maybe he's right, and
I think a lot of Japanese developers. Well, I think they felt that way. A lot of them felt that way about themselves. Like, what was it? Was it Keiji Inafune who said like, "Oh, Japan is finished"?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, and that ended up not being true. Thankfully, I think Japan has done really well, but they were not prepared for the HD generation, or maybe they were prepared. I mean, you look at something like I think Ridge Racer 7 just like shows what Japan could have been in that generation, but then I think they saw what Western developers were doing and they second guessed themselves, you know?
Yeah.
I think they were like, oh, you know, we got to do what they're doing, you know, and they second guess themselves. And you know what people like about Japanese games is that they're Japanese games. Like they have a flavor all of their own, right?
Yeah.
And if your Japanese game is trying to be a Western game, then you're missing the point to some extent. I mean, there right. You know, there are examples where, like, you know, Resident Evil, you know, obviously the modern Resident Evil games like borrow a lot from Western game design conventions. But they you know, they are still very much Japanese, you know, what they are and how, you know, they approach certain things that are unlike how Western developers approach them. So
right,
you gotta let your Japanese game be a Japanese game.
Yeah, and I think that they definitely have at this point, but
yes.
Back then, you know, like they were struggling with it.
Yes.
So I don't know. It's been interesting to revisit the system in a lot of these games, because there's just been so many things have changed, and so many lessons were learned, but also were unlearned at the time too. You know, like it feels like so much that they were just like figuring things out, and that's why I think that looking at the 360 store is fascinating, because you know you get an idea of, if you just like look at the apps and stuff like that, or you look through your app library, you know, like, oh, you know, the Zune app or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And like that's just like, it's just interesting to see all of it out there like that, versus, you know, like previous consoles, like that stuff is, you don't really see it because it was like, it didn't exist, I guess. I'm sure it's the same way like on the PS3, and I'm sure that I'll definitely do another video like this for that, because I mean, I wouldn't say this is not like a buyer's guide at all.
Right. It's a you know,
tribute
sort of
slash, like,
reminiscing about the first generation that was trying to figure that stuff out.
Right. And I think that's what's this is just a tribute, yes.
Exactly.
Okay, that's enough. 10 minutes. 10 minutes of Lost Planet 3 is enough.
Yes.
For the 8 seconds I'm going to show it, probably.
Yeah. If that.
Yeah, I'm thinking the video is probably going to end up being maybe like an hour and 7-ish minutes, probably. But it's just me. There's no guests or anything. I didn't have time. So no surprising faces. If I wasn't traveling, I would totally have gotten more people involved, and I wouldn't have been like stressed out, and it probably would be twice as long that it was going to be. But you know what? It is what it is.
Indeed.
So this game, I never played it. Hydrophobia. I'm gonna try it. Does anybody want me to switch my camera to my game feed instead?
I mean, you had it on there for a bit.
I did, but I wonder if I don't know if people liked it or if they didn't like it.
I can't imagine they didn't like it. I need Dawn. Dang it.
I think Case West is backwards compatible. One of those, maybe it's the Dead Rising 2, like off the record or something like that. I don't remember. There's one that's backwards compatible, but a lot of those other ones are not. Alan Wake American Nightmare is backwards compatible on it, at least.
Okay, I think I'm getting this snake figured out. So.
I always play on easy so I can potentially get the farthest I can.
Dang it.
But yeah, I mean, this whole ending bit, I don't know what music I'm gonna use though. If anybody has some good 360 music, you should tell me, and then I can maybe use it in the montage. I have not finished Landstalker. I'm gonna be bringing my analog pocket though with. I transferred my save file over to my pocket.
All right, we're gonna get a look at Shredder.
Is Shredder the last one?
I don't know for sure. Drum was being cryptic last time I asked him about it. I do know though from watching him play, since we were playing side by side, that when you get his health down, it recovers, and I think he adds an attack or two. After that, I'm not sure.
Okay. It's funny because CloudFF7 2000 says use the Kazakh theme from Strider, and it's funny because I specifically call it out in the video when I talk about that game. Like I'm talking about how the new version uses the NES Kazakh theme, and it's amazing when it happens. But I'm going to use that. Thank you. And also, I haven't heard the Lost Odyssey. That's a game I need to play.
Lost Odyssey. I got to disc 2, and it was so good, but there was a bit of a difficulty spike. And I just never quite got back to it.
Oh, look at the screen tearing in this. That's something that I have come to realize is that the screen tearing is out of control on the 360.
Oh yeah.
It's like it is like really intense.
Yeah, I mean it seems like usually PS3 had like worse frame rate, but 360 had more screen tear.
Yeah.
And more
like almost every game has
black
screen
bubble
tearing, I
crushing.
feel like.
Yeah.
Every like Unreal Engine 3 game.
What are you
has screen
playing?
tearing. This is Hydrophobia.
Oh, okay. And it's a download. Is how much is it? 360 only?
I don't know.
I feel like at the time this came out, like people were definitely talking about it. Oh, there was a super chat just now from Junko988. Thank you. Saying, try. Have you ever considered making a video defending / explaining that much maligned, misunderstood N64 controller? Maybe even with a hint of sarcasm. I mean, I feel like I have probably raved enough about the N64 controller in various videos over the years. Sometimes to people's annoyance. I don't know if I need to make like a specific video about it, but yeah, I mean, I don't see myself making just one video about it, but you know, I can't take a moment. I can't help but take a moment to defend it every time it comes up in a video or on a stream.
So, you know, I see Arista Buzz asking what 360 setting did I use for the Retro Tank 4K for this video, and I made the decision, I think, both in the interest of time and storage, like how much time I had to get it done. I made the decision. It was hard to. I was kind of going back and forth, but then I made the decision to just do the video in 1080p because I wanted to capture the games like at their resolution.
You wanted to go back to back to back. Some games were going to be 1080p, some games were going to be 720p, and you didn't have time to like figure it out.
Yeah, and I didn't want to misrepresent what it looks like.
What the experience at the time would have been. I mean, like if there had been more time.
I mean, I think that makes sense, right?
Yeah, if there had been more time, it would have made sense to give them a bit more special care. But I agree. It just capture them as they would have looked. You know, most people would be saying they're 360 to 1080p output, and the internal res is what it is. So it's going to look like how people played it. You know,
yeah.
Not the idealized version that we could do with the Retro Tank today.
So yeah, that was the. It might be disappointing to some people, but
I get it. I get it.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, like I captured so many different games for this that and yes, as it is, like I'm out of space on my edit drive. At least I had to switch to storing some stuff on another drive.
Yeah, I went and bought a hard drive a few weeks ago just because like I need more. I mean, I intend to populate every potential hard drive, SATA and NVMe. We just now got a $10 super chat from Robert Hernandez. Thank you. Saying, have you guys heard about the Viper MS or the scalable video switch from Arithmus? Both are making a modular component/composite SVU/HD15 switch. Pixel FX Infinity Switch might be too late. I mean, it does sound like a similar concept. The Infinity Switch was supposed to have HDMI as well, right?
Yeah.
That's it. No, have you heard of that? I've not heard of that, but that sounds interesting.
I've heard of it, and I didn't know if it is how close it is or not. I mean, who knows how close the Infinity Switches too. But
yeah, I mean, my at least on the analog video side, my video switching is a relatively solved problem. Like I don't have a lot of need to really try anything too new with that.
Steven's asking if we've ever played that Madden on stream, and I've more than
the only Madden that matters.
Yeah, I've more than once I've played Madden 92 on stream, and like as Tri said, it's the only Madden that matters.
Dang it.
We just what we do is we just turn it on and we just like listen to the title screen music. I was thinking about we should swap out our theme music for the Madden 92 title screen music.
that will totally set people's expectations right for what kind of
it's kind of amazing though. If you ever just put it on, you should check it out. It's pretty good. It's better than you would expect. Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Oh, we have a Drumble in the house. Man, I wish I could remember what year it was we actually changed to 8 o'clock start time on the streams.
Apparently Lynn knew, but I didn't get the message.
Well, you've been here. You know, funny enough, for another Turtles stream, it was wow, the screen tearing on this sure looks 360.
I know. The ragdoll.
Yeah. You were here for the that was an MLiG stream, right? When we did Turtles, Shredder's Revenge.
Oh yeah, that was.
I don't know if that was before we changed the time though. That's I was just thinking, I wonder if I could like keep the game feed going, even if I'm not on mic. If we could like I mean,
good.
You could like put it someplace else, and then
Drum wouldn't have to bother with his webcam.
I mean, we could leave it up to the people. I don't know if I'll like stay on chat, but I will definitely keep my gameplay going.
Yeah.
If people are interested in such a thing.
What is this you're playing?
Well, I was just getting a little footage of this game, Hydrophobia. I don't really know too much about it.
That sounds. I've heard the name before.
I feel like it was I think it got a lot of attention when it came out because, you know, it was kind of high fidelity for a download only game, and I think it also maybe did some interesting things with like water rendering or water physics or something. I don't remember, but it was a game people were talking about at the time. I mean, there are a lot of games that came out in that era, I think, that would probably be mostly not talked about today. But they were just because it was like this new frontier. So, Drum, there's no reason to not just use continue at this point, right?
Right. It took me too long to figure that out.
Yeah, like thinking back, like I don't know when we were streaming on Monday, I don't know why we weren't. Now, did you eventually go the safety state route off stream or on the bonus stream or?
No, I did password the whole way.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you know that pizza warm up might be key.
You never know.
So I feel like I have not.
Man, I just want to say you were giving me shit for my pizza retrieval route, and I think yours is vastly inferior.
Now hold on a second. Here, I'm going to do it again. Okay, like Well, okay, I just got shot in the face, so I actually need to get the So, well, I mean, first of all, like, the going up, like, has nothing to do with it. It's going down. So, look, here, I'll show you my logic. Okay, first of all, you know, this fire, that's not concerned. You know, obviously, the laser's not concerned because you're in the shell, so you go down. And then why would you go by that? Why would you go by that fire? You just go left so you don't have to do the fire, and then, well, okay, I'm screwing up. Because I'm trying to explain, but the way I do it, the only fire you have to worry about is that last fire right there. Here, watch. I'll show how you do it properly. So you go down, you go left, you wait for this fire, and then you just fall and go left. There's nothing more to it. There's one dangerous hazard that you just wait.
Let you stand next to that fire. Let me stand.
The way I do it, you wait for one fire, and the rest of the fires are guaranteed to be out of your way.
What?
And it's quicker.
I don't need to.
Look at how low res this game is. I feel like this game is incredibly low res.
Is this like 3D Golden Axe or something? What is this?
It's Fable Heroes.
Oh. It's a brawler?
Yeah, but I think
Fable Heroes.
I don't think I even knew that was a thing.
I didn't either.
I probably knew at some point. You didn't either, and yet it's on your Xbox 360.
Well, you know, I feel bad that I didn't actually claim all the games that I could have during that time. I mean, 227 free games that you just like get to keep, like not even having to have the like a subscription is pretty insane. Like 227 games over a 10-year period.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen everything I need to see of this though. we'll quit it at 3 minutes there. Fable Heroes.
Are you going to show like the title screen of each of these games in the montage?
Yeah, probably.
Because because otherwise you'd have to like say what they are. That would be a pain.
Right.
So Drum, on the Mole Man, I noticed
Dirtbag, please.
Dirtbag. Okay. I remember when he did the jump in the air and then come down, the Dragoon, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
You were always Mike, and you would go forward a ways and then turn around in time to like lure him in the direction you want, and then you would jump in the air and hover and let him go under you, right?
Right. There is a better way to do that, though.
Well, because, I mean, I don't know. That always seemed risky, and so I always keep going in the other direction because sometimes he does a pickaxe at the end of the punch, but usually not.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually fine.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing as well.
I believe Eric may also be in the chat, unless it was a different Eric claiming credit for Eric's.
I don't know. He used 3 smiley faces, so I assume that it was...
Honestly, I feel like for Dirtbag, your turtle doesn't really matter because you don't really need to hover when he does the thing.
Right. I am turtle indifferent for the first 2 fights, and really kind of the third as well. But I still use Mikey just for safety.
See if. Okay.
There's $10 from Need to Burn. Thank you. saying, you guys should do a video on the epic title screen music for RoboCop on the Game Boy by Jonathan Dunn. It's amazing if anyone isn't familiar.
An entire video.
I like the idea of like an entire video.
Yeah. I mean, you know, kind of in the sense that the Game Boy versus Super Game Boy versus Game Boy Color was like sort of an art appreciation video. Like, if we were more musically inclined, less musically inept, maybe we could do a music appreciation type video, but we are definitely the wrong people to be doing that, I would say.
Are you seeing this this opening to Forza Horizon 2?
God, I glanced down there and I thought there was like a commercial playing.
I know, it's like a commercial. It's like, oh, it's just like people going to Burning Man and Coachella, and it's like, it's for the car game, for a car game.
You know, I should have had Forza Horizon 2 on my Xbox, but like I think I just like neglected to redeem the code because it came with my system. But
The Horizon stuff seems like that's the stuff I would care about having, I guess.
I mean, I agree, but like I tried Horizon 5 on Game Pass, and I'm just like, I thought I would like this, and I kind of don't. Like I realize that I kind of don't love, like, you know, the open world nature of like going from race to race and stuff like that, and car games. Like, I would prefer just a menu system just to go to the races, but like too many car games are just like too difficult to play anymore. I mean, not that there's as many as there used to be. It's a fairly underserved genre, but like arcade racers are not well served these days, I feel.
Especially ones about trying to get to music festivals. I think it's funny a bit.
Oh,
before you read it, I just think it's funny that BitRose says that Forza Horizon is the weirdest game. The story stuff about festivals and relentless upbeat energy. Just a real feel-good game.
But we got a $5 super chat from Bubba D Matt. Thank you, saying "Hola, senors. Hope all is well. I'm watching y'all on my new refurbished tablet that I purchased for my comedy biz. Really just testing its speed." Well, I don't know if a Game Boy game where there's going to be minimal screen scrolling, since I'm just doing a boss rush, is going to be all that telling of its streaming prowess. But well, man, Coury's little window looks like it's coming through okay there.
Yeah.
Now I'm noticing, Drum, that the Triceratops has probably the fewest tells that you really need to be concerned about. He only has one jump type tell.
Yeah. He's very straightforward, but also one of the more annoying fights.
Yeah, like I feel like his dash attack should be less problematic than it is for me.
Okay, so you've been playing about an hour now. How many times have we seen Shredder?
Once. I mean, I've really not been playing an hour. I mean, it was probably closer to 8:30 when I actually started playing the game.
Talked for a little while.
Yeah, we talked for a while. That's usually what we do at the start of these.
Hmm.
You know what else I have on here, Try, that I think you may have tried out before, or you have it or something, and I was surprised that it's pretty good, is Dirt 3.
I have Dirt 5 for current gen Xbox.
Okay.
Which is, have you ever tried it? I think it's really good.
Well, Dirt 3 is pretty good. I was like,
I
didn't realize it was Codemasters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's very much a Codemasters series. I mean, from what I've played of Dirt 5, like it is as close to my thing as there seems to be for a modern non-Mario Kart, non-fantasy racing game.
Has anybody in the... I see Kaylee Gamers mentioning Need for Speed The Run. I have the new one. What's the new one? The one that's on... It has a storyline to it.
Oh, yeah. I know the name if I saw it.
Yeah, I forgot the name. For some reason I wanted to say that it's like Need for Speed Unbounded, but that's not it.
Is
that's
it
like
Unbound?
The Ridge Racer game.
I thought it was Unbound.
Maybe it is Unbound. It is, okay.
You were saying Unbounded.
Well, because there's Ridge Racer Unbounded.
Really?
Yeah, it's
is
on
that?
the store. It's not backwards compatible. And it's on the 360 store, and it's gonna go away.
Wait, there's a Ridge Racer game that's only on the
It's
360?
Ridge Racer Unbounded. Unbounded.
Wow, what the heck?
Like, I didn't even know that was a real word.
I don't think it is. Just because a video game put it in the title doesn't make it a real word. I say to Mr. Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. Couldn't say. What are you trying to say about Revengeance?
I mean, I don't know if Revengeance was Kojima's idea, but that is one of my more favorite made-up video game title words.
I would buy it if it wasn't $20, or it might be $30.
Oh.
All right, we're going to see Shredder.
All right.
Do you feel like Turtle matters for Shredder?
Definitely Raphael.
Oh, is he immune to the fire?
No.
Well, then why Raphael?
His shell move is useful for helping to dodge stuff. It's not a guarantee by any stretch.
So you're just saying because of the lower profile?
Yeah.
But not because it's immune.
Right.
Interesting.
I feel like it's disorienting that Raphael is third on the list of turtles. I feel like he's always like the fourth one. And in this game, he's third in line.
Yeah, well, this is the order you unlock them in. You start as Mike.
Oh, okay. That would
I mean, it's relatively late game, like probably past the halfway point in terms of steps, but not past the halfway point in terms of hours spent because of the boss rush. But
it's really Leo not being first that throws me off.
Yeah. But I guess they came up with what each of their abilities would be. So Shredder does the thing where it goes up top and then one of them is like going to do a kick down. Like, what do you recommend doing with Raph at that point? Okay,
so it's not a guarantee, but what I ended up liking there is you go into your shell and go near one of the walls, not like a shell's length away from the wall. So you want to be close enough so you're guaranteeing that he's going to kick toward the wall so you know you can dodge away from the wall.
Oh, so you start like here and then you go like this when he is locked in his direction.
Right. And really you want to anticipate it a little bit because it's very tight timing.
Okay. And then at first his only other move is really like that energy ball, right? Which takes a weirdly long time to... Well, he might do like... Does he do like a little kick in your direction or something like that sometimes?
Yeah, he has the melee kick, which will go over the shell if he does it.
Oh.
And I've seen him do that kick up to 3, maybe 4 times, so don't assume he's done if he throws one out.
So when do you consider your best opportunity to hit him, then?
Okay, so if you're in position when he starts doing the energy orb, you can poke him before he launches it. And speaking of the orb, when he launches it, it feels bad, but you want to stay as close to the orb as possible the whole time.
Yeah, because it feels like does it really react to you in any way? It kind of looks like it does, but I'm not sure.
It's weird. I don't want to say for sure either way. But I have found if you stick close to it, he tends to launch it sooner, which is better for you because it doesn't push you back against the wall.
Yeah, I'm seeing that frame rate get bad on Horizon 2. Is that just Discord, or is that how it really is, Corey?
It looks fine to me on the TV.
Really? It definitely looks like it chugs at times over here.
It doesn't seem to be chugging like on the game.
Whoa! Before I go on to Shredder here, though, we got $8 super chat from EB Chill. Thank you. So I just beat Halo 3 on PC and another recollection on Switch this week. I might take a break to stay unburnouted. Take care, everyone. I assume another recollection. You mean another code recollection?
Yeah.
That's the subtitle of that, right? I need to play that.
Yeah. I tried to get my daughter to play it. I wonder if I brought it on this trip, because we're gonna be like in this camper van a lot and driving a lot. So she might. And if I bring it, the cartridge, she would actually try it.
And then there was a $20 super chat from Skelvin Knight. Thank you. Saying, honest question, do you guys like guitars or any other musical instruments? I'm playing my Fender Mustang tonight. I mean, I like guitars. I have nothing to do with playing guitars. I mean, I have like negative musical aptitude, as I'm sure drum would. You know, usually people are like, oh, you just you just need to try. I'm sure you got it in you. Drum ain't gonna be that guy. Drum knows I just ain't got that in me.
I mean, even if you don't have any rhythm, you can learn some rhythm.
Yeah.
I don't have. I mean, I think
you can't learn without saying I want to learn.
Yeah,
I guess.
But yeah, my skills extend to like what xylophone in kindergarten and recorder in third grade, and haven't used them since. So don't expect.
If someone got you like $100 guitar, would you maybe try to mess around with it and see if you could look up some instructional videos?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. So even then you wouldn't.
There's zero chance I would bother with that.
Okay, so I played drums when I was in high school, and I stopped when I moved away to school because I couldn't take them with it. I never really played them since. But in the last year, I've been really thinking about how I kind of want to get a guitar just to, I don't know, I just feel like I would tool around with it and maybe learn something, So I've been looking at them at the thrift shop lately. Does anybody have a good suggestion for, a not expensive one to get if I was going to, I don't know, try to learn a bit?
That crouch jump he does is the other time to hit him.
Oh. Well, I
You
didn't go
jump
so
over
well.
him and then fly kick him on the way down.
All right, so tell me about your route down that's so much better.
Okay, so on the way down, wait for the flame on the right. Drop down.
Okay. I'll wait for it, and then what do I do?
And then just fall to the right.
Well, you did a lot more squirrely stuff. This was a technique that was honed in after last
I
Monday.
disagree.
You were all over the place.
Maybe in the heat of a 4-hour stream, I started doing some weird stuff at some point.
Troy, have you ever played this before or seen it before? King of Fighters 13.
I mean, it's not the kind of game I would have played, but what about it?
just like it has like insanely high quality sprites.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. Like, I mean, isn't it considered one of the best King of Fighters?
I think so. I mean, I don't know. It just got a PS4 release though, physical release.
But yeah, to answer the question, as you might imagine, I played drums in high school as well. But
there is a reason behind your name.
Interesting. So, do you play like played in the like high school band and stuff?
Yeah, I was in marching band, drumline, concert band.
That's cool. I didn't do any of that stuff. I just took lessons and that's that.
You were into it enough to like form your online identity around that. So
yeah, that was really a case of like I don't know what I want my name to be online.
Yeah. I mean, you eventually merged it with Grumble Grumble.
Yeah.
To sort of, yeah. I mean, I've certainly never seen you play drums. I have a hard time visualizing it. Oops.
I like Berlin a lot. I mean, I like rock music. So I mean, I like a lot of stuff. But I don't know. Like I feel as though I need to capitalize on it while I can, or while have thought about it. Because I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? It doesn't hurt to try, I guess.
I think I've got Dirtbag pretty figured out well enough.
Yeah.
I
didn't see anything worth critiquing there. Good fight.
You don't really have a preference for Turtle for Triceratops.
I use Mikey because every now and then I need a little hover help over it.
Oh yeah, over that charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all he does. I mean, can you tell the difference between a charge that's going to go like all the way across the room, or just like a little ways, or is it based on your positioning?
I don't remember there being a tell for that.
Because basically all he does is shoot the lightning, do a charge, and do a leap. But the behavior of the charge seems to vary a bit. And they can also just be like, come one after the other pretty quick.
I feel like that lightning wall he puts up is really the only issue with him.
Yeah, it takes a while to lock on. So like getting it to go where you want it is a little difficult. But see, like he does like a counter. He did like a counter charge at me.
After the jump, he almost always has a little counter jab locked and loaded. Like even if it's like a few moments before you attack him, he'll usually have that little jab charge.
Man,
after a jump.
Stuns you so long too.
Yeah. Like it feels bad, but I think it's better to get hit by him instead of the lightning.
Yeah.
I like Berlin a lot. I think that I'd rather like spend like maybe $150 like max right now. I don't know if that's, I mean, because I don't know how long or if I'll, I don't know if I'll end up liking it that much.
Snake, I think I have pretty figured out. It's just execution.
Yeah.
You want to go under him when he jumps, so
right.
His exact positioning can vary so much, so you just kind of got to play each situation by ear.
Yeah, the real tricky thing is when he gets too close to a wall, but you haven't had a chance to get over him.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you'll have to like follow the fire column back down so you could have time to get under him when he jumps.
Yeah. I don't think there's too much danger in him being close to the wall like that. Well, except when he jumps instead of shoots the fireball.
Yeah. You do have throwing stars in this game, but only when you're on a ladder, weirdly.
Yeah, which is nowhere near any of these boss fights. So. Yeah, oh my gosh, like, I mean, we will have finished this Monday if you had throwing stars in these boss fights. The only place in the lead up to Shredder where I'm in real danger of losing my pizza is the Triceratops. I think I have an action figure of that Triceratops. I sure couldn't tell you.
Okay, now your last Shredder fight.
It was bad. I was trying to do the things you said, but execution was poor.
Yeah, you were nowhere near that orb.
What? Oh, I was close to the orb? Come on.
You want to be ready to smooch that orb.
But why?
You don't want it to push you back against the wall, because then when it shoots diagonally at you, you're not going to have room to dodge it.
So, it goes to, like, it does its thing when it basically hits the ground, right? Or
right.
It like goes up and then down, or I'm.
It starts up and then it like slowly dips down, and usually when it gets as low as it goes, it'll swoop up and then diagonally down at you.
And then it makes a fire. So what do you want to do when it makes its move?
When it zips up, you want to jump and let it go under you.
Or you want to go under it.
If Shredder's on your left, when the orb zips up, you jump to the right, it will shoot under you, and then depending on which way the fire trail goes, that determines where you land.
Oh, so you have to then decide whether to land left or right after you see the fire already moving.
Right.
Oh, man.
For fans of EDF, is Insect Armageddon better than 2025? I don't know which one is.
What the heck is Insect Armageddon?
I think it might be like a prequel one. I think it might take place in 2015. Something like that.
I can never remember which I think it was 2025 was the one that we played on that one stream with Doc Dragon. I've also almost bought a physical copy of it several times.
Yeah, that's like the 4th game, I think, right?
I got a game on PS5 that I think is similar to the one that you bought on Steam Drum.
I have 5 on Steam.
Yeah, mine is called 4, but I think it's similar. I mean, I think they're all pretty similar.
There's that one where you're like little voxel dude.
Yeah. That, like World Brothers or something.
Yeah.
I think there's another one of those coming soon. Or maybe it's already out. I don't know.
Anyway, you were not nearly close enough to that orb. You had like a turtle length between you and the orb. You want no distance.
Like, is the hitbox smaller than it looks?
I think it is.
I like that you can shoot a car like with 2 bullets and it like explodes, or once, like 1 bullet like makes it explode. I mean, that's definitely creepy. My son like really hates bugs, like a lot more than I do, and I feel like this would either get him over it or like, be a lot worse.
I was real bad with bugs. I mean, I still am bad to an extent, but like I'm significantly better than I used to be. Like, and I don't really know when that happened.
I think at some point in every life, there comes a time when there's no one around to protect you from the bugs. And you have to go out and face them.
Yes, 100%. And that is like really the first day of the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to protect Sandy from the flies. You know? She is not a fan.
But I really hate bugs, though. Just even now.
Bugs are why I don't
mentioned
like summer.
What's that?
Bugs are why I don't like the summer.
More so than the heat?
Yeah.
See, I don't mind the heat. Like I hate the bugs that come with it for sure. But I had mentioned before that I was having like a, several silverfish down here recently. I was sitting here recording footage like in my recliner for this episode, and randomly a silverfish fell from the ceiling onto me. Like I did not know this was going to happen. It just fell on me, and I was like immediately like I leapt out of my chair, and I saw it like scurry away, and I was like, it was horrible.
I mean, there have been times where like just a wee tiny itty bitty spider just goes spelunking like from my light above my head. I'm thinking about that and doing real bad on Dirtbag.
Don't let that dirtbag take your pizza.
I'm thinking about those dirtbag spiders that try to land on me.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh! There's like a tick. Oh come on! You got to mash the button to remove the tick. They're gigantic.
Oh, that's a new one.
Oh, those aren't in the one you played?
No.
I mean, I feel like video game bugs generally don't get to me in terms of.
Yeah, but I feel like these are kind of on a different level because they're so big.
I saw when I was in Greenville, I saw a billboard that was just like this gigantic. It was like a billboard for a billboard, and it was like a gigantic macro photograph of a spider. And it was like, got your attention, huh? Basically saying like, our billboards will get people's attention, right? And I'm like, I feel like there are a lot of people, like, a lot of times you will see like warning given that there are like spiders in a thing. Like, and you could just run into a gigantic macro photograph of a spider in Greenville, South Carolina. Obviously, I guess they were not worried about if people would like that or not.
Advertisers don't care about your feelings.
And yet that's what they're trying to figure out.
I'm not capturing every single one of these. I have most of these games at this point captured. You know what's pretty cool? Try, you ever play Dante's Inferno?
The EA God of War? What about
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is it really? Like, I feel like people were always making fun of it.
Yeah. And I can see, like, it feels easy to make fun of. But it's pretty good.
Whoo!
I already got some footage of Dark Void.
Yeah, the
Nice.
one game I know Nolan North from.
Yeah. Well, now you know him from Shadow Complex.
Oh yeah. I'm kidding, of course.
Troy and I were joking the other day about how from 2008 to 2010, Nolan North played like essentially the same looking character in 3 games and voiced them all in the same way.
I mean, if there was a white guy with like dark brown hair,
Yeah.
and
Who was just maybe 28.
yeah, like almost definitely Nolan North, just doing his own voice.
Brandon Smith, I already got footage from Too Human, and it was.
Was it too real to be real? Was it too real to be human?
Well, the real problem with Too Human is that it might be too human for its own good. No, it's just like it has like the weirdest control. Like they decided, oh, we're gonna make it so that your sword slashes are on the right analog stick, and everything else suffers because of it.
Oh, I forgot about that. I mean, that sounds kind of interesting to me, actually.
It is, but then you got to hold down a button and to activate the camera. You got to hold down a button, then use the stick to activate the camera, and it's just really obnoxious because it's not a very good camera. Just in case anybody
Come on!
wanted to know who would win in a fight, either a dirt bike or an ATV. We're gonna find out.
Oh, man.
Oh, try.
I was thinking about how much I want to do that right analog sword play in Too Human. I could have got to share with a pizza. Man, I don't know. I don't know about your orb technique here. It seems a little.
You haven't even tried it.
I am trying to try it. The way you describe it is real difficult to execute. Is this the same technique recommended by Eric of GameFAQs fame?
I don't remember if that was also his technique, but I feel like he approved.
Oh, did those $500 analog pockets go on sale today? The aluminum ones? I feel like it would get real hot.
Maybe.
Oh, this might have good crashes in it. Jumping Jim Rivers gets a soil sample. Jim Rivers.
Okay, I have the Eric of GameFAQ full endorsement for my strategies here.
Your shredder shell wiggle away. I don't know if I believe in it.
You're doing it wrong.
Well, I mean, you're describing it wrong.
Well, you're too far from the wall because he's kicking out from the wall so many times.
I'm too far from the wall?
Yeah.
Oh. Is this a situation where, you know, you finally beat it? Do you actively think in your mind, I am never going to play this game again? In my entire life, I will never play this again.
I mean, I'll like play it for video footage, but I'm probably never going to like finish it again.
I wouldn't be opposed to playing it again, but it's hard to imagine when that would happen.
Oh, come on, that doesn't fly out there. So I was assuming that you would actually be fighting a dirt bike versus a ATV in this.
Oh, you thought it was going to be a fighting bike like in Look Up?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be something like how you could play as a Daytona car in Fighters Mega Mix. I thought it was going to be like that.
What a disappointment.
I would play a game like that where all the combatants are like upright, like humanized vehicles.
Is this guy gonna take your pizza?
Oh no, he did. Oh, I can't accept cat pizza theft.
No.
Oh, can he steal it? Or you mean he just like...
He made me use it.
Oh, I see.
Cat pizza theft not allowed.
Yeah.
I was too distracted thinking about dirt bikes fighting ATVs.
Like literally, who would win in a fight? If you just sat them down next to each other and started an argument between them.
I mean, I really can't think of a single advantage a dirt bike would have here.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it could get away faster.
Yeah. Either of you guys like know anybody in high school that was like really, really into dirt bikes?
No. My older brother had a moped for a while.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I mean, I'm annoyed occasionally by kids, you know, running mopeds or ATVs or maybe both, like super fast down the street in the neighborhood.
We have those little scooters that you can rent around here, like the Lime scooters or whatever they're called. They're pretty awesome, I think. They go really fast.
Okay, try. I was only half paying attention, but did you go all the way back down and up to refill your health?
Yeah. Well, I think I got hit on the, or I forgot I got hit, until I'd already gone back there. But
also, I mean,
I know what you're talking about though, because I did that last on Monday as well, where I went into the previous room to get pizza if I got hurt on the way up.
Yeah, but also, there comes a point where you just gotta be like, I can take this cat with 2 less health. It's fine.
True.
We're gonna try out the 4-wheeler.
At what point did your pizza get taken on the run?
Shredder.
I mean, obviously Shredder, but like, when on Shredder?
I believe it was the second form, because I almost had a no damage kill on the first form.
Well, so, is there anything after he refills his health and you get the health out again?
What?
Like, when you say second form, like it's not, like I saw it happen on the stream, like his health meter just refills again and then he's got some extra moves, right?
Right.
Is there anything after that?
Yes.
Is it something I need to be concerned about?
I mean, I wouldn't worry about it right now.
Is it comparatively
Is it possible
easy?
to go back?
Did you beat that last thing the first time you got there?
Yes.
I'm a choker, you know?
I mean, that's part of the reason why I don't want to say it's a gimme. But you don't have to worry about it until you leave Shredder's room.
Oh, okay. That's good. I was hoping there was nothing in there but just April to save.
Yeah.
So is this like the actual like end of the game, or is this like a bonus thing?
No, this is the end of the game.
Holy cow! So it's just kind of
it's just like the most intense boss rush
maxy
ever.
with it, like unexpectedly, huh?
Yeah, like you wouldn't. I mean, this is a Metroidvania. Like that's
Yeah.
like boss rushes aren't a major Metroidvania trope. I feel.
Not in the main game, usually.
Yeah, like the Castlevania games had those like boss rush bonus modes on Game Boy Advance and stuff.
Zane, I beat it on Wednesday, I think it was.
But you bonus streamed it one day, right?
I bonus streamed it on Tuesday.
No, Lynn, you can't go back and get pizza. Believe me, we've tried, but the gate always closes behind you. See, this stays open. You can freely move between that. But the one to the previous room is always closed.
You can only carry one pizza at a time, so there's no getting more ahead of time.
Well, I mean, it would still matter up until Shredder.
What?
You wouldn't have to do, like, perfect runs on all these bosses.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is you can only hold one pizza.
Right. This is true.
I know you can't just like drive into the crowd in this. About 8 minutes more. All right, one more thing, and then I'm gonna import this and edit the thing. So that, and I'm gonna hang up after I do one more game.
That was almost a perfect Triceratops run until I started screwing up.
Hmm.
All right. The one thing with the snake is that like getting extra hits on him is always like a pretty big risk.
Yeah, it's really a patience game with him, which is annoying in the context of this boss rush. Yeah, like this. Well, I'm probably too delayed, but like that time he had you pinned against the wall right there is when you really gotta follow the flame down and get ready to let him jump over you.
Well, it's just that the tail like always feels bad to like it always just feels like a big gamble whether you're going to be able to dodge the tail or not.
Yeah.
I wish I was also better at predicting whether he was going to jump or shoot the flame. Crap.
I think I just always act like it's going to be the jump because the flame is easy to dodge.
I didn't think the tail was going to go quite that far.
Oh.
So close to getting to Shredder with pizza. Is this Tekken or something on here? Oh, it is Tekken. All right. You know, I feel like I'm just going to do what feels right on Shredder this run.
Okay.
Not listen to these
feels right.
these wacky strategies.
Do what you feel, Dave.
Yeah.
Have you used just has he used his PC yet?
Yeah.
I use it on the snake. I mean, I survived on him a long time there. I think. I feel like going Mike and having a little hover over that flame feels better.
Good. You know, looking at that last attempt there, I'm wondering on the teleport dive kick he does, if you can't just stand against the wall and guarantee he'll attack toward the wall and then just jump straight up and hover over him.
Yeah?
That might be better.
Because if you're near the edge, he's probably always going to do something near you.
Right.
You guys ever seen this character in Tekken? Sebastian. Look at that guy.
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta choose him.
Which Tekken is this?
It's Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
Oh.
My neighbor's Shih Tzu is named Sebastian.
That was the dog that made you finally feel like you might like a dog.
Yeah.
You were never really a dog person before that.
No. I'm gonna miss her. Oh my god.
Are you just bored in Nelly?
No, she's staying with a friend. One of my wife's old coworkers.
Yeah, Mike makes more sense on the cat than Don, really.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you know, Mister can have all sorts of filter files. I haven't tried the Mister. I'm actually playing with the dot matrix effect via the retro tank right now. You can't see it on the stream, but I can see it. I think it looks pretty nice. I don't. Well, that was not right. It's been a while since I tried the one on the Mister. It's not as like fine fidelity. Like Mike added some really neat stuff recently for to make it more possible to get like that true dot matrix look. So that
Right. Have you tried that yet?
Yeah, I'm using it right now. So this guy Bill Gonzo, he made like a lot of stuff for DMG stuff. And I kind of like tweaked it a bit to like kind of just play around with it earlier today and kind of made my own sort of variant of it. I'd like to play around with it more, but I'm pretty happy with what I have right now. It's a little hard though I tried to take a screenshot earlier of what I had, but because it's HDR and I've also got black frame insertion on, like the screenshot didn't represent the way that it looks on the TV. But I think it looks pretty authentic.
I haven't tried it. I saw there was a new firmware out today too.
Oh yeah, like it allows for interlaced output modes. Which
What do you think? Like what?
I'm not really
what's,
sure
like,
what
the use case?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the use case is, but it's interesting.
I think that Soul Calibur HD has been delisted, but I had the demo of it. There's a Soul Calibur 2 HD also that I forgot even existed. It's surprising to me that they have not done like a collection or something like that of those.
I hope Soul Calibur comes back at some point. It's the only fighting series I kind of care about. I've not played very much 6 though. I really like the little bit I've played of 5 though. I got 5 last year. It was when Henry was here actually. I got Soul Calibur 5 on 360, and it's like shockingly good looking. The only thing is like very few familiar characters in it.
Oh yeah, that's probably why with 6 they went back to.
It's almost kind of a reboot, yeah. Because that probably didn't do too well, but it seems pretty good from what I've played.
Raven. This is exactly like Blade.
Good snake run.
Bacon.
Oh. We got a pizza shredder.
We got a pizza shredder. This has never happened before. Never happened before.
Never?
Not for me.
Oh, man.
I mean, this could be the time. You know, I never noticed, like, the very tippy tips of Mike's bandana flutter with his hover.
Oh, yeah.
I never noticed. All right. That's right, Mr. Dude. Tippy tips. Tippy tips are the good flying, right? It seems like there's no hit detection on... well, I think Shredder's like helmet has somewhat reduced hit detection when he does the leap.
Yeah. It's pretty lenient.
I don't know if the jump straight up would work or not.
Oh, he's too close to you, isn't he? You might have to Ralph it.
Still have a pizza?
Not
Just
for long.
lost it.
Okay, but he only has 3 more hits, right? Or does he have does he?
Yeah,
have a second form?
there's another phase.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Shredder has a pizza too.
No, this is the first time I've seen this. Okay, so he's got new attacks now, right?
He has 2 new attacks.
And all the old ones?
And all the old ones.
Great. So, what are his new attacks? Let's talk about it.
One of them, he hovers in the air and charges an orb, and it does like a big trail of fire along the ground.
What does that orb do after he charges it?
He just charges it up in the sky and throws it down. So just get to the side and jump over the fire trail.
He kind of does that from the center.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what the other attack is now. Oh, he does it like right when the second form starts. He has a new jump where he like goes up in the air and then dive kicks down a diagonal.
Okay. So similar to the teleport one, but just more tangible.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound a lot different.
No, it like the new attacks really aren't bad. It's just you have to deal with another health bar, really.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Whoa! Oh, okay. Okay. Whoa! Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh jeez.
Well, it was still the best run.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Gonna focus and finish this.
Yeah. I won't be here next week, but I should be here the week after. I'll be probably tired, but I will. I'll be thinking about y'all while I'm gone. Anyways, take care, everybody.
All All right.
See you soon. Later.
Have a good one.
Oh, he's gonna have a. I don't know about a good one, but he's probably gonna be working for a while.
Oh, is he going to a bad place?
I mean, not physically. I don't think he's gonna be moving for a while. Probably.
Oh, should I turn my camera on now?
Oh yeah. Why don't you do that? Finally, that label that I made actually makes sense.
Adjust my position here a little.
Something I still want to do, if Coury had been able to do a normal stream, something I was thinking about doing. Although, really, this was the right thing to do tonight, because if I don't get this done soon, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But like what was on my mind a couple of weeks ago, someone mentioned I forget if it's called Kirby's Dream Land 2 DX. That's probably what it's called, but like a Kirby's Dream Land 2 DX someone has done. Like I looked at the pictures on romhacking.net that looked really nice. So I do want to play that somewhat soonish on a stream. Seems like that would be fun. But you're right, Mr. Dude. This is the right thing to do. It is right to beat Shredder.
Someone's got to get April out of there.
Well.
So what's your confidence ranking on the boss fights here?
You know, I'm getting increasingly like the Triceratops was my real pain point, and I'm like kind of becoming the most confident. That
Really?
I mean, I had a really good last couple of runs on him, I think.
I feel like the Triceratops might be my weakest one.
I mean, he was until a couple of runs ago, and then I feel like I kind of am feeling more comfortable with him.
I mean, I say that. I did get the no-hit kill retro achievement for him, but my performance with him was kind of all over the place from run to run.
The snake is like... I don't know how to put it with the snake. Like, probably the one I'm feeling least confident on, but
You just got to be patient, and it's terrible.
yeah. I say I'm feeling confident on the rhino, and I'm doing bad now.
The placement on that lightning, I just could never really get a handle on.
Dang it. And I jumped for his jump tell. I shouldn't have done. Ah! I shouldn't have said I'm feeling good about the rhino. He ate my pizza.
Yeah, he'll do that.
But I mean, I feel like in some ways he has like the least going on.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's just, I don't know, sometimes like when he does that jump, like I just do the wrong thing.
He's basically the cat again, except for instead of that chain, he does the lightning.
I mean, in some ways, I think he has less moves than the cat. But the snake's tail has a very generous hitbox in the tail's favor.
Yes, it does.
And he is extremely quick to react with it.
Zane's dad hating boss rushes, and does anyone like boss rushes?
I mean, I feel like we've been talking about that a lot lately. Like,
Yeah, it's weird how that's come up lately.
like, I feel like if a Mega Man game didn't have a boss rush, I would be sad just because it's such an institution.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but it's not necessarily great. I mean, it is kind of satisfying. Like, I guess it's not that bad in Mega Man as long as you don't have to beat them again if you like lose to Wily.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Mega Man is nice because then you know you have the weakness.
You know you have the weaknesses, so it's not that bad. It's usually it can be actually a little cathartic in Mega Man as long as, again, you don't have to beat them before doing Wily. Like, I'm happy to do them before facing Shredder. There's no continues put you back at the cat no matter what. So
Yeah.
but like in general, it's like, oh gosh. Like it at best is like, well, that's what I expected. At worst, you know, or more typically, it's just like, ugh. Like there's never like, yes, boss rush, right? Like that's never the reaction.
Yeah.
Like I can't think I've ever seen like, oh, it's so cool they put a boss rush here. Yes. What a great idea.
I feel like it could happen. Like the game that like puts like just the right twist, or you've got a cool new power or something.
Yeah. Like I could see something like, you know, what if like instead of a boss rush, what if like all the Koopalings were like there together at the same time in a Mario game or something? That would be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
Or at the very least, if they did them in like pairs or something, you know? That could be cool.
So you gonna hug the orb this time? Or?
No, absolutely not. I do not. I firmly do not believe in hugging or kissing the orb.
Wow. Orb hater out here.
Ah, got bad luck with those teleport kicks. My strategy with the teleport kicks is hope for luck.
Oh yeah, Nick, that the Rondo boss rush where you're fighting new versions of classic bosses is a good one.
Oh, I kind of forgot about that.
That
Yeah, I mean,
almost
don't
doesn't
get me wrong,
count
like-
because they're new bosses.
Right, new within that game. Like
Right.
I have no problem with like the concept of a boss rush as like a game where or a situation where you fight multiple bosses in a row that are new, or you or the game as a whole like focuses heavily on boss rushes, like, you know, the later Contra games.
Yeah.
That can be awesome.
And that
I have no
often
problem
is.
with that, but it's like it's recycled bosses that are, you know, just there to obstruct you. And somehow these are definitely harder than their original forms. Like the snake was so easy the first time.
I mean, they're all. I mean, they weren't easy, but when you have a pizza and you don't care about using it, they're
Right.
they're easy.
I'm not sure if they had less health. I can't remember.
I don't think they did.
I mean, the bosses were generally not a cakewalk before.
I forget if I said this to you, but like, the interesting thing with this game is, like, before the boss rush, I thought the bosses in this were poorly designed because we just kind of brute forced our way through them and got hit a bunch.
Yeah.
And it looks like they were just kind of attacking at random.
Yeah. But they've got very... I mean, the bosses, I would say, are extremely well designed. They are just very hard in this context.
Yeah.
I mean, even with a full heal between each one.
Yeah.
Like, that seems very generous. But it's not because they're poorly designed. They're designed well, but they're really hard. But like, man, the number of kids who like actually beat this back in the day, like, I have to believe is very low.
Yeah.
It's real hard. I'm getting bad luck with falling too close to the... Eesh.
Yeah, I try to, when he does the Dragoon jump, I try to bait him, like, I push toward the wall his back was facing, so he'll land that way and give me more room to jump away.
Oh, I wasn't sure if it worked that way. Alright, let's do a much better Rhino.
I'm still not sure how I feel about your jump kick strategy instead of meleeing them.
I think melee is bad. Because watch, when, you know, just for the audience, when you do a ground attack, you pause for a pretty long moment. And so your ability to go back is very limited. But when you jump kick, you can just boop, just kiss them with your toe and then get back out of the way. And a lot of enemies do counterattack, so you really need to be prepared to move away.
Yeah, but counterpoint, I feel like the jump kick is making you take chances you shouldn't. Making you a little squirrely, making you a little greedy.
I mean, I feel like, you know, staying on the move, you know?
Especially for the orb, I would recommend if you're going to sneak a hit in, do a melee. Because you don't want to be jumping up.
The Shredder orb.
Yeah, the Shredder orb.
I mean, that seems fair because it moves slowly enough at first.
Yeah.
And I'm usually not, but by the time I realize what attack he's doing, I usually just can't get to him in time. Or at least, if I can get to him in time, I'm not confident in getting away from the orb, so. Now, with the snake, like, I just don't see any way other than, like, I don't see how you could hit him with melee and not get hurt yourself.
Oh, I definitely did it.
That seems nearly impossible.
You just had to be, like, I had to get very comfortable with, like, where the maximum distance was for the attack.
Well, his maximum distance with his tail is bigger than your attack, I'm sure.
Yeah, but his pattern is very predictable. You just got to know when you can get in there.
Well, the only thing that's not entirely predictable is whether he's going to jump or shoot.
Yeah.
That's not what I wanted.
Does he ever shoot twice in a row? I don't think he does.
I don't know. Maybe not. But he sometimes jumps twice.
Yeah, so I always expected jump.
Oh, that was a little too soon.
I think Troy said he's playing on the Mister.
Tonight I am. When I was playing on Monday, I was on the Super Game Boy.
Any reason for the change?
Mostly because I wanted to experiment with the new filtering modes on the Retro Tank that you can't see on the stream. I wanted to use my custom DMG palette on the stream too.
Oh, you made this palette.
I did make that palette. It's the palette that's on my phone. Like my phone wallpaper. That's the palette I used on the recent Game Boy video.
A palette I settled on that was like mostly gray, and then the sprites were like a pale orange. But when you hit a boss, it did like a bright orange flash on them, which felt very like NES Konami boss flash color.
Oh. Well, I thought
really
you were playing with a DMG color palette on the stream.
On the stream, but on Monday I was, but I switched after that. Hug that orb.
No. Okay, I did the ground attack for an orb that time.
Okay. That kick comes out of nowhere. I hate it.
Did you use your pizza on Shredder's first form or second form?
Second. Like I said, I almost got a no-hit kill on the first form.
Oh, man. It's intense.
How long does it take you to get back to Shredder? I should time it out of curiosity.
I mean, by you mean like
The general you.
The general you. It kind of seemed like an accusatory of like, man, you're real slow at these bosses.
I mean, you kind of should be, because that means you're playing it safe. No, I didn't beat this till Wednesday, Neumann. And that was with a bonus stream on Tuesday.
It was like 3 hours, you said?
Yeah.
So, everyone, come to the Backloggery streams on Monday where we just, like, butt our heads against brick walls for, hours on end. Not usually, but
I mean, tomorrow
Gosh,
we're playing Gradius, so I'm sure that'll be easy.
Oh, yeah.
A notoriously easy series.
Yes. This is a weird dirtbag fight. Look, I did some melees on him. You should be happy.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. See, the jump kicks are definitely good on this guy because when he does his little counter headbutt, like I'm out of the way.
If you get the distance right on the melee, you can also be out of the way.
Not bad though.
Yeah,
Well, hey,
good
we
fight.
got a $5 super chat from Enchilada. Thank you, saying ahoy, gentlemen. Hope the bosses fall and you have less buck to deal with on this. Have a great time. Good luck, try. I'm not all that confident, but we shall see.
See, that's cool because usually I have to pay $5 to get enchiladas.
Oh. Please tell me where these $5 enchiladas are these days.
Right.
So, hold on a second. With the snake, after he does the fire, will he ever counter attack you with his tail before he does a jump?
I think he might.
Because I'm wondering if he maybe does.
I think he does if you're in range. We have confirmation from Eric from GameFAQs. Tail melee is based on your proximity.
But you don't have to be quite that close for that to actually hit you. It's got some range.
Good fight, though.
Yeah, yeah. Got a little careless there at the end, but didn't really matter. Whew. Okay.
All right, everyone, chant it with me. Hug that orb.
No.
Hug that orb.
No.
Hug that orb.
I'm much more worried about the teleport kick. The orb doesn't really concern me. The orb is not that bad.
You should really. I'm surprised you're not going with Ralph, because he does give you a bigger window on the teleport kick.
I feel like when he's going crazy, jumping around the room, like that, Mikey's hover feels safe. I mean, you can get a fake hover with Ralph doing his like in and out of shell, but it doesn't feel right.
Yeah. Are you talking about that like horizontal knee jump he does?
Yeah, the one that goes like most of the way across the screen.
Oh, you can just jump right over that. That's easy.
The hover feels good.
No. Like that's where my other free hit was. I would jump over it and then jump kick him on the way down.
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I mean, there's nothing to like about it.
All right, here we go.
That looked like you tried to kick the orb there. Oh. He always opens with a jump kick.
I feel like going over that ground fire with a raft would feel bad.
Oh, it's easy.
Easy. The fight that took you 5. Well, I mean, we were probably working on it for 2 hours on the stream as it was.
Not that long. It took us a while to get
Didn't
there.
weren't we streaming till like midnight though?
Oh. Maybe?
I think we were.
I don't know. I feel like you're scared of the wrong parts of that fight. You need to become one with the way of the Ralph here.
I just don't know. I will concede that I got pretty lucky with the teleport kicks one time, and it gave me confidence in not needing to do your weird shell trick. Which I feel did not work out in my favor very many times. So I don't know.
I did like a little wiggle while I was waiting in the shell. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah, I don't think you have like acceleration.
I feel like if I had more time on my hands, it would be fun to go through and make a custom palette for every Game Boy game I have.
That's what the Super Game Boy's for. I mean, you know, if I'm not mistaken, I think there is a Super Game Boy, like, official Nintendo Power Player's Guide that actually has, like, a lot of... because on the like the super customizable Super Game Boy palette, you can enter a password to get the custom palettes. I don't think I have that, but I've definitely seen it. I'm sure there's scans of it out there that have the, or maybe even just like documentation of what those palettes were. Yeah, being very sloppy.
Oh, that dino's gonna eat your pizza, man.
No. 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 That was pretty close. In fact, I don't know if some of that stuff might be, a long time backlogger remember. Who was? I think it was Mother Kojiro has a fact on Game Facts. There's like a lot of Super Game Boy stuff in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I recall. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember going over it one time because it had some good information in it. I can't remember what it was, though.
I've definitely seen her name on GameFAQs before.
Yeah. Man, it's been a long time since they shot a fireball. There we go.
That's probably what you want, really.
Yeah. The fireball's like, ow, come on. A lot of wasted time.
Yeah.
I don't want that snake to eat my pizza. All right. Try stupid old Ralph. I don't like the transformation time. It reminds me of like becoming the Taduki statue.
For the record, it's about 5.5 minutes to get back to Shredder.
Feels longer.
I mean, 5 minutes is kind of a long time.
It is, but yeah. Whew. Wait, a new Double Dragon 3D game? That sounds like something that would have been in the Xbox 360 era, not today.
Huh. 3D game, not a 2D beat 'em up.
Sounds
Like
weird.
not a 3D beat 'em up either. Sounds bizarre.
I'm not believing in this Ralph.
You're doing real bad.
Well, yeah, because I'm Ralph, not Mike. This whole thing about him going over you while you're in the shell, I don't entirely believe it. I don't believe
even
it.
if you don't want to do the wall maneuver, you still have better odds if you just do the shell and run across the floor.
I don't know if those odds are that much better.
I mean, if being Ralph just makes you throw your turtle head first into all his attacks, maybe you should be Mike.
I feel like Mike keeps me moving, you know?
The other nice thing about being Ralph Shredder is when you die, you're already Ralph when it's time to get the pizza.
This is crossed my mind, but it's a minor thing.
It's minor, but how annoying is it when you just game over and you're like, oh, now I gotta squish my fucking turtle.
I mean, you know.
You know you thought that.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, you need to get back in the mindset of changing turtles anyway, you know. So.
Do you?
Yeah. You gotta get back in the mindset. Because you gotta change turtles at least once.
I mean, I had a few runs where I was just trying to do Ralph the whole way through.
It was probably bad. I mean, especially on the snake.
Yeah, the snake is what stopped me.
Yeah, the snake is... I mean, the first three could basically be anyone. Mike is nice. But, yeah, the snake, you do not want to be anyone but Don on the snake. No, Henry, we're being stubborn old men about getting the pizza.
Does Game Boy Mister have save states?
It does. I think it was one of the first cores, if not the first core to have save states.
Yeah, you would think it would be.
Game Boy GBA. It was most of the ones done by Robert Pipe, except for NES. Like I think like almost all the cores he's done have had save states. Like he said, it's like kind of part of his process. Which I mean, if you're testing stuff a lot, I would imagine you would want save states while you're building your emulator.
Well, PS1 has save states on this. That's impressive.
Actually, does N64... So is N64 not? Because he did that one. Ugh! Bad Rhino run. Why we keep calling him a Rhino? Phew. Didn't deserve that.
Man, you really been eking out a few of these.
Oh, I mean, it could be a sign I'm peaking here. All right.
All right, I gotta pull up this Double Dragon trailer people are talking about. I have to know.
That sounds real weird. Who's making it?
Aw.
Well, what does it look like?
The trailer almost made it look like a fighting game at times,
Huh.
but I don't think it is. It looks like it's still a brawler, probably. It's still just 3D with kind of Tekken-y looking graphic style.
So probably Unreal.
Doesn't strike me as terribly promising, but hard to say from a teaser that didn't show hardly any gameplay.
All right, I'm going back to Mike. All right.
Wait, they're making the 3D Streets of Rage? I feel like there's a certain tier of like, well, like way forward size of dev house that like they keep trying to do 3D games and they should stop because their 2D games are so much better looking.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Oh, that was late pizza usage, though.
Oh, well, that I wasn't paying attention. This is looking good.
I mean, it started off not like it wasn't a good fight to start with. Well, I got more than halfway.
That was a good fight. That was a good fight.
That's something. I believe in the way of Mike. I can see a path to victory.
Hmm.
Whew. All right. I feel like during certain moves or animations, the invincibility frames just don't, like, the timer on them just like pauses or something. Because they definitely last longer sometimes.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah. You don't have like the attack, move away, attack, move away, attack, move away rhythm that you're like used to in most games. Oh, hey, a toothless cat has appeared.
Yes.
No sleep till beat. No, I don't think so.
Cool decision.
I mean, are you stopping on the clock, or have you got a taste of blood?
I mean, you know, we'll see if regression starts to happen. But I mean, you know, we are seeing a pathway to victory. Also, I didn't know that my alerts were set up to do the cool decision. I feel like that was like just a Coury soundboard thing, but apparently it said cool decision when Master Safert sent a notification that they've been a YouTube member for 14 months. Thank you. Saying, hi guys, the refurb UHD Blu-ray player I bought was defective, so need to get a new one. Any recommendations? What was the model I got? I mean, it seems like the go-to recommendation. I got it on eBay. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's the one that everyone kind of recommends is like the best. I mean, there is a better one. Apparently Panasonic is the best. But I got it on eBay. I mean, I looked on eBay. I mean, I got for $375 the Panasonic DP UB820K. UB820. I mean, that's kind of all I know. You know, it's got this HDR setting that's really good for kind of optimizing the HDR for your particular type of display. Like if you've got an OLED TV, it can actually like bring the HDR levels into a format that's easier to be processed correctly by the TV. I think there's the like $1,000 one. There's like a few more options regarding that, but I can't imagine it's worth $1,000 UHD player for most people. But yeah, that UB820, that seems to be the one that people say like you don't feel like you're missing any features there. But yeah, I just looked on eBay and I mean, it was a new in box one for you know, like $125 off. I could look again because I think they had several. Coury, I believe, bought his from the same seller. Let me see if I can find that seller, the seller's name for you. It was Keevado. Keevado. It was the best deal I could find. And it seemed to be legit, new in box. It's working good. Drum can attest. We watched Ju-on The Grudge on it. The film grain was so clear you thought it was fake.
Is that a good thing? You decide.
Bad Triceratops run.
Yeah, Bernie is always loving life. He is, what's the word? Persistently happy, even when you don't want him to be.
Ugh.
It's like, no, stop being happy. You're in trouble.
There's only so much trouble a toothless cat can get into, though.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
I feel like Bernie makes a great impression on everyone who doesn't live with him. 'Cause he's just so friendly, you know?
Yeah.
He's the nicest cat I've ever met.
He's a very
But I don't
good
have to
boy
live
in
with
a lot
Bernie.
of ways.
You know, the cat is so weird in that he's got those, like, the fake out ball swing. Like, I don't know if it's actually, like, a different move or if, like, the RNG is it could go either way. Because in some ways he would probably be, like, the most inconsistent boss, if that's so. Because, like, I don't think the other bosses can, like, cancel a move that they've started. Wow, that was a bad cat. I might be regressing here. I might have peaked.
Uh-oh.
I knew it was going to come sooner or later. I didn't have a lot of confidence of actually finishing this tonight. But yeah, I've kept the skills warm. You know, made a little progress.
Well, what are you keeping them warm for, though, if not tonight?
Good question. I mean, part of the reason your cat is in your face is because it thinks it's dinner time.
That is true.
So, I mean, this is the usual backloggery in time, but if I'm feeling good, I mean, maybe I'll do what was your ending rules last week? You said you either don't. If you get to Shredder, you'll continue. If you don't get to Shredder, you'll stop.
I mean, getting to Shredder is kind of guaranteed, though, right?
Is it? I mean, it should be guaranteed, but I didn't do it last run. That's why I'm worried. I'm peaking.
I mean, you know, that is definitely a sign to stop. I think at one point I did, if I don't take the pizza to shredder, I stop.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's right. Oh, man, you get stunned on that lightning for so long, and it takes, like, almost half your health.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad. All right. Recovered a bit. Not the most amazing run, but not terrible. Wow. You're not doing what I want you to do at all. Uh-oh. Seems bad.
Has there ever been a video game about delivering pizza? Surely that's happened.
Surely, like, you know, in the cozy indie game era, surely.
Yeah.
There has to have been.
I feel like that should have been like Crazy Taxi 2 or something.
I mean, really, that sounds almost like a regression for Crazy Taxi, though. Like, there's so many places you can go in Crazy Taxi, including KFC. You gonna take away my fried chicken for pizza?
You know.
I agree, that would be a good Crazy Taxi. Isn't Pizza Hut in Crazy Taxi also?
I have no idea.
I think it might
A
be.
long time. No, do we have a pizza delivery link? Yep. Oh, early access, no user reviews, released 2 years ago.
Huh. Alright. Here we go. Really? It's just those, like, really up-close kicks that are probably the worst thing.
They really are.
Like, they seem so incidental, but they're so terrible.
I mean, you're not wrong, Corito. We were calling him Speedo Shredder on the Backloggery stream.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be wearing clothes, but he doesn't look like it.
Apparently he is Cyber Shredder in the manual.
Ah.
But I don't see anything cyber about him.
It's so hard to tell. I feel hungry for at least one more. I feel like when he does the teleport, like if you're just the teleport kick, if you're just like moving in one direction for long enough, by the time he actually does the kick, like I've been able to move past it safely regardless of which direction he was going relative to which direction I was walking. So I don't know. Oh, whoops. I was a little pokey on that.
You don't need that health for the cat.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
You're right.
Oh, come on.
You're right.
Have a little faith.
You're right. You're right. Are you sure I don't need that bit of help for the cat?
You better not. If that cat takes the pizza, you're done. Stream over.
You're probably right. You're probably right. Don't do this to me, cat. Can't go out this way. Now I'm nervous. All right. Wasn't pretty, but it got done.
I feel like Dirtbag is also not allowed to take your pizza.
I agree. I mean, we know I almost definitely need pizza for Shredder.
Yeah.
I feel like I know what I'm doing on the other bosses at this point, really. To the point where like losing, I don't feel I need that. I am in that much extra need of extra practice on any of the bosses at this point to like feel like, well, you know, it could still be worth, you know, learning things about the boss, you know?
Sure.
I might be executing poorly at times, but like it might almost be worth a reset for future attempts, just for the sake of getting to Shredder faster, you know? Because I'm going to need that pizza for Shredder. I don't see myself getting good enough at Shredder to not need a pizza.
Yeah, if you get that good at Shredder, you're going to win before you need another run.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of charges in it. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. What am I doing? I'm being squirrely. Oh, this is a bad idea. Oh, the Triceratops took my pizza.
Is that it?
Is that it? That I do feel like I am probably past peak. Like I feel like my understanding here in general is good enough that, like, you know, you come back after you come back cold, and you might get it in just a time or two, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, a little warm up and then you're there.
I mean, maybe I should commit to doing like 30 minutes of this a day until I get it done.
On stream?
Well, I mean, just in general.
Yeah,
you finished it off stream, so.
Yeah, that might work.
That might work.
I won't be around for when you have to do the part after Shredder.
Oh no. Well, Eric of GameFAQs fame will always be there. I would say, unless something just like absolutely extraordinary happens on Shredder, I think this is the last run for tonight.
You're stopping unless you get to the second form without the pizza.
Yeah. Exactly. Here we go.
Good old Russ.
Good old Mike. that little just quick kick.
Hate
Stinks.
it. Getting bold up there.
Nothing about that went my way.
No.
Nothing about that went my way. Well, that's about how I expected this stream to go.
Yeah. Progress though.
Progress. You know, if this had gone another 2 weeks, that might have been trouble. Although, you know, I finished the Messenger about 2 weeks cold.
Oh yeah.
Did you finish? Did you do the DLC?
I have not.
I started it, but I don't know. Like, I kind of felt done.
Yeah, I kind of feel done, so I haven't even looked at it.
Yeah, I mean, the DLC seemed totally fine. But like, I don't know. I played maybe an hour of it, and I was just like, I could be fine.
Did you look at what the new game plus for that game is?
No, is it horrifying?
Yeah. You do a loop. I forget the details now, but it's like you do a loop, and then you beat the game, and then it like loops you back, and you're a new messenger, and like everything gets like harder. Like all enemies have more health and do more damage, or something like you have less health, something like that. But you can just keep looping the game and making it harder and harder and harder until eventually, like, everything would kill you in one hit.
Wow. Okay. So it's just like, it's infinitely scalable.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. I mean, I am not a fan of New Game Plus being hard mode. I've never liked that. Like, New Game Plus should be the same as it was before, but I have all my stuff. And, you know, I can go back and easily, like, tie up loose ends or something like that. You know, or do something I wanted to do. Or just have fun just, like, seeing how quickly I can get to the end, you know, being overpowered.
Oh, that's right, Cloud. I forget if it's like an optional thing you can do on the New Game Plus, but you like make a deal where Quarble, whatever that little demon buddy.
Oh yeah.
Where like you like kill him or something. But then if you don't have enough shards to afford the respawn fee, it's done, and you're like, all your loops and everything is wiped out, and you're back at like a fresh file.
Wow, that's insane. Wow.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Well, anyway, if anyone wants to see us play Gradius Gaiden, probably badly. I mean, speaking for myself.
Yeah. I mean, co-op, I tested it out. Co-op makes it easier. As long as we don't die at the same time, you don't go back to the checkpoint when you continue. The player 2 can just jump right in.
Now, that's a PS1 version we're playing. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is it an arcade game or only PS1? Or only console?
There might be an arcade version. I don't remember.
Like, because I don't know if we're, like, bound by the PlayStation rules or if we can play our arcade rules in a PlayStation. Have you looked into that?
I will look into that.
All right. So anyway, if anyone wants to see Gradius Gaiden tomorrow, go to twitch.tv/backloggery.
And maybe when we beat an easy game like Gradius early, try can play more of this.
Yeah, you know, the sky's the limit when you're playing easy games like Gradius.
Yeah.
So anyway, good light. Ugh, I am done. I need to go grind Pictomancer in Final Fantasy 14 is what I need to do. Pictomancer. That's the proper that is the proper term for what Realm is now. Realm from Final Fantasy.
Your clarification is confusing me further.
Realm from Final Fantasy 6, the artist. You know, Realm.
You know, I haven't beaten that game, right?
I thought you had.
No.
Dang it, Drum.
I want to.
Anyway, I am trying to adjust to playing Pictomancer in Final Fantasy 14. So that I can play through the Dawn Trail main story is one of the new jobs. And I am level 86 and I need to get to... the new jobs always start only 10 levels below the new expansion. So it's not that hard to get them up to speed. So, anyway.
It looks like Gradius Gaiden has Coury's stamp of approval.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, I guess Coury is listening. So good luck on finishing your Xbox 360 edit. I will watch the remaining segments as soon as possible. In fact, actually, before I get back to grinding Pictomancer, I need to. I believe he got segment 4 uploaded, so I need to watch that. Yeah, I'll do that and see you all. Oh, next Sunday, while Coury is gone, some semi-local game devs asked if they could come over and stream their new puzzle game. So we're going to do that and play some other puzzle games like, I don't know, Warriors Woods, Tetris Attack, who knows?
You should play that Super Famicom game with the hammer.
Oh, yeah. Dharma Dojo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good suggestion. We should do that. What is? Oh, Humanity. Henry Clark. I bought Humanity on the Quest 3 a few weeks ago, and I'm loving it. It's awesome. I tried it on Game Pass at first, and I liked it, but something about like the way that the people, like the crowd of people, looks in VR, just looks really cool. Like
I can see that being a good VR game.
Yeah, like it doesn't. What's nice about it actually is like it doesn't really take advantage of VR in like a compelling way, other than the fact that just like something about seeing the crowd in actual 3D like looks more compelling. But what I do like about it is it's one of the few VR games that I like to play sitting down. Like most VR games just feel wrong sitting down, but like you don't want to always be standing up when playing video games. So it's a good chill out and sit down. It's a good like wind down before bed game. But yes, I agree, Henry. It's really fun. I enjoy it a lot. So anyway, good night, everyone. See you Monday, Sunday. Look for the Xbox 360 video probably Friday is what I'm, maybe sooner, but probably Friday. But anyway, good night.